Welcome to Joey's Tech, my friends. In this video, you will learn how to solve the problem of finding out unique elements in an array. This is one of the most important problems you should learn to solve if you want to master array data structure to crack TSA interviews. The problem statement of printing unique elements from an array is very simple. It says, given an integer array ARR, you need to print all the distinct elements from this array which may contain duplicates. So you need to just print all unique elements from this array. And in this video, we will solve this problem using two loops so that the time complexity comes out as order of n squared. So let's begin. Here is our array ARR. Now we are going to write a distinct elements function which will accept the array ARR as the parameter. The intuition is that first we will have to iterate through the array, so we write our first loop. So it will be for I in range function within whose brackets we'll write length function within whose brackets it will be our array ARR. This line of code will assign I the indexes of each element of our array ARR. Alright, now what we are going to do, let's say we have picked up this element from the array. Then we are going to look at all the elements on its left hand side. Means we are going to traverse through all the elements on the left of it to check if the same element exists among them. If it does not, we'll add it in a new array. This means it has not been encountered before. But if it matches with any element on its left, it's going to signify that it is a duplicate. And the element found on the left is already in the result array. So we are going to ignore this element. Let's write the code for it. So we need a new array, hence before the outer loop, let's declare an empty array res, which is obviously the short form of result. Now, since we need to iterate through all the elements on the left of the element, which is currently considered by the outer loop, we'll write a while loop, which will be the inner loop. So we'll declare a variable j and initialize it to 0. We will now write while j is less than I. So j is starting from 0 and it will run till I minus 1. And of course, j will be incrementing by 1 at the end of the loop. So let me write that first because I always forget this. Now we need to check if the element considered by the outer loop matches any element picked by the inner loop. The code for which is going to be very simple. It will be if array element at index j is equal to array element at index I, then we break out of this loop because this means that the element considered by the outer loop is a duplicate element. We come out of this loop now. Let's say the element considered by the outer loop is the first occurrence in the array. Then we got to add it to the res array, which is our result array. So the condition will be if I is equal to j, then we add the element to the res array using res dot append within whose brackets we'll write array element at index I. Now why this condition I is equal to j? Because when the while loop completes, I will be equal to j, which also means that the element considered now is the first occurrence or the unique one. Now simply we'll return the res array. And that's it. We have successfully built the distinct elements function. Now we make the call to this function, take the array returned into a new array, and then print this array. Let's run this. Are you excited for the result? Because I am. There you go. We have printed all the unique elements from this array. Let's test it on another array. Alright, it runs well on this array too. There are two loops, so the time complexity is going to be order of n squared. And with this, we have come to the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed learning how to print unique elements from an array using big O squared time complexity. I can't wait to see you in the next video in which we'll solve the same problem but with an optimized solution. Till then, goodbye and take very good care of yourself.